Watering her crops, Hilary Pavitt has repurposed her garden to grow vegetables to help eventually feed herself and her family during the coronavirus crisis. She's one of millions of Britons now sowing seeds to try and become more self-sufficient after realising that food supply chains are fragile.
We've started planting potatoes, we've got vegetables in, cut again in salads, stuff for the winter. So hopefully in about, I'd say 6 weeks, we'll start to be self-sufficient, I think. And obviously there's going to be the problem with how produce is going to end up in the supermarkets because, they can't get the migrant workers to come in. There's lockdowns. So, in the end, there's going to end up being shortages, I think, in weeks to come. So hopefully I'll be all right.
Others, without gardens, are using what space they have to germinate tomatoes, cucumbers and herbs.
With very little knowledge, you can get a bumper crop of vegetables out of a small allotment.
Britain's wartime generation were told to dig for victory and responded with enthusiasm, halving Britain's reliance on food imports by the early 1940s. Now households with time on their hands are returning to the garden. The Royal Horticultural Society has seen a surge in visits to its website, seeking advice on how to grow your own vegetables, fruit and edible plants, while seed manufacturers are reporting a massive rise in sales in recent weeks. In supermarkets, most panic buying has eased, but egg shelves are often still bare, considered a staple of the pandemic pantry. Live poultry breeders across the UK have seen their farms stripped of birds as families unable to find eggs in the shops turn to chicken keeping. Sussex poultry farmer Liz Andreozzi has now decided to stop selling chickens, anxious that some might regret their impulse buys when the lockdown is lifted.
And I've never had so many people call, text and email. Like I said, it takes me a good month to sell the stock that I get in, and within a week I'd sold some of my leftover February birds and my March birds. So it was that huge panic, I think, for people to suddenly go, oh my God, I can't get my eggs.
The UK currently imports 85% of its vegetables from the European Union, but there are concerns that lengthy quarantines could disrupt food supply chains. Turning to the soil rather than the supermarket for fresh produce could ease that burden. Charlie Angela, Al Jazeera, Hampshire.